Hello, this is Dr. Freedom. Please don't forget to subscribe and give us a thumbs up. Also, don't forget to click on the little bell icon. That way you'll be notified when the latest news videos go up. Howdy, folks. Dr. Freedom, everyday times from Dr. News from in and around the universe that may or may not affect you in such a deep, weird, strange way that you'll start seeing Daleks on the toilet and you'll call your doctor going, I'm having trouble with my Scaro hole. Yeah, it's weird today because, yeah, they had that gathering of Daleks today where they were trying to break a Guinness record. It ain't sounding like they did it. Apparently some folks were a no-show and whatnot. So, hopefully they did. I don't know. I'm still waiting on a report on that. We'll probably get some news on more further news on that as, day to day progresses, or possibly tomorrow. You never know. But okay, let's get into it. Let's get on to it. Let's get into the okay. Now that I've made sense, here we go. First off, stop by the Dr. Freedom Facebook. Well, if actually this is the Instagram page. I don't use it all that often, but be sure to hop on by every now and then. Like I said, this is the new logo I've been working on for Dr. Freedom and Eric. A little bit got clipped off there because Instagram's a pain in my ass. But also, I hope you folks enjoyed the last video, which is top 5 TARDIS interiors. It's like, I figured while I got the time, I'm going to try to experiment a little bit, maybe do some cookie cutter videos. That's what I call those because those are pretty much all purpose. They don't really date unless your opinion changes somewhere down the line. But of course, like I said, I didn't put the Whittaker TARDIS in there because it's the first season going on, and I'd like to see more of it before I evaluate it. Okay, for International Women Folks Day, this was a nice big crew pick, with Jodie and the gang. And of course, she's wearing her feminism t-shirt, which is going to drive the SJW conspiracy guys nuts. All right, here we go. Yeah, the Gazette Herald, and of course, you see this right here. If you can either turn off your ad blocker or you're going to take the survey. I got some bad news. Kiss my rosy red ass. I am sick and tired of this new phenomenon where you're not allowed to have an ad blocker. Oh, yeah, we're allowed to drop all kinds of ridiculous crap on your computer that you're going to have to flush out later. But let's get back to the news. Dalek invades Chippenham High Street. And this was the one they had going around the other day to promote the event. But I just thought it was a cute little article. If you want to turn your ad blocker off, wow, yeah, big deal. That's up to you. All right. Here we go. This was Rob Hull's video of the event. Like I said, this is just about 7 minutes long. Be sure to go over to his channel, give Rob some love, give him some likes. And, that way, he'll know you appreciate this. Because, as we all know, Rob Hull, one of the biggest creators, biggest collectors of Daleks that there ever was. The biggest creator was Davros, and we all know Davros has issues. Jodie Whittaker offered the freedom of the city of London. Now, a lot of people are making a big deal out of this, but she's one of more than 100 women who will receive the freedom of the city of London to commemorate the centenary of the Representation of People Act of 1918. Now, the court of basically, it's because she can herd sheep across London Bridge and stuff like that. But it's supposed to be a big, big honor. So, we won't cut down on it. Hey, but apparently, such previous recipients were like Churchill, Eisenhower, amongst others. All right, Big Finish celebrates International Women's Day, the 8th of March. If you want to go check this out, there's somebody, I don't care is in it or not. And here's a trailer for it and whatnot. And here you go. All right. Matt Smith leaves the crown behind for Charles Manson and Robert Mapplethorpe and for homelessness. All right. Well, I can't say that now. From what I heard, he's living in Karen Gillan's pool house. And I don't know why people get offended because I crack on Matt. You think Matt Smith gives a shit? Why should you? Matt Smith doesn't know this fat man from Lima exists, okay? I'm just poking fun at the guy, all right? Sure, come on, trust me. If you remember all the clips I'd seen where this guy was going to bail on Doctor Who thinking he was going to go make a Hollywood actor of himself, he was going to ditch before the 50th anniversary special if he got offered a part. So please, don't come to me going, quit picking on Matt. He deserves it. All right. But I love what he said about Karen Gillan. Karen's amazing. She's going to end up ruling the world. I can't tell you what her exact advice to me was. I'd have to kill you. But she told me that she really likes it making those superhero movies. That's enough for me. And apparently he's getting involved, I think, in the Mobius film, I think. So, yeah. All right, they're calling it Morbius, but that's not right. If I remember right, it's Mobius, ain't it? It was the dreaded Mobius. I don't think it was Morbius. Was it Morbius? No, wait, it was Morbius. I keep getting confused with the brain of Morbius. So he's not going against the fishbowl guy, with his brain in a fishbowl. It's a villainous Spider-Man. I'm just having fun with you. All right, moving forward. So yeah, there he was in The Crown, and a lot of people did love him in that role. But like I said, I pick on Matt. By the way, Star Wars Episode 9, Matt Smith is not in the movie. And there's a lot of people throwing conspiracy theories up about this, that this is all a lie, that he actually is, and he's playing a younger Palpatine. The problem is we don't have any proof of it. We never had any proof that he was in the movie. So, it says right here, I sat down with Matt Smith in London yesterday, frantically wrote this story, and now you get to read it. One takeaway, Matt Smith is not in the next Star Wars movie, despite the reports to the contrary. He told me, quote, as far as I can tell, I'm definitely not, although maybe he will be surprised by his secret keeping come this December. I'll believe it when I see it, but like I said, I was taking bets that he was going to end up polishing, what do you call his helmet. All right, Doctor Who Sylvester McCoy reveals his amazing words to Jodie Whittaker. Remember, a lot of people still throw shade onto the Seventh Doctor, the little man with the hat and the umbrella that you don't mess with. Anybody remember Family of Blood and all that? That was originally written for the Seventh Doctor. So it shows you how mean-spirited that little guy can be when you cross him. But remember, he got a lot of shade thrown on him because he was the doctor that was in charge, when things ended in 89. But like I said, you got to blame the showrunner, and that was John Nathan Turner. He goes, at first I thought, I wonder if that'll work. And he goes, but then when I started to get used to it, when Jodie arrived, I sent the message to her saying, quote, one small step for woman and one giant step for womankind, because that's what it is. But when I watched, I was still slightly apprehensive and thought, oh, I hope I like this. And I did. After a few minutes, you forgot it was a female or a male or whatever, really. It was the doctor, and she told it. She sold it, I mean. She was the doctor. Because he said there aren't any rules, and what a brilliant idea for whoever came up with it. So that's Sylvester McCoy giving his 2 cents worth on this whole, fiddle-faddle. William Hartnell AI-driven reconstruction coming for Doctor Who. Yes, Skynet's taking over the show. Now, allegedly, someone's saying that there's going to possibly be some kind of AI project or like a face-swapping deal to redo the classic series episodes that are missing. And the thing is, I'll believe it when I see it. You got to remember, you can barely get the BBC to throw money out to make animated versions of the lost episodes. And we're lucky we've gotten as many as we have so far. So I'll believe it when I see it. I'm going to leave this up here for you to decide for yourself. Lethbridge-Stewart, the Brigadier Declassified. Candy Jar Books have announced the forthcoming release of their celebratory nonfiction book about the Brigadier. And they've been doing a lot of these. Please be sure to go over to the Candy Jar Books website and, take a gander if you are interested in this type of stuff. Moving over to Big Finish, Doctor of the Early Adventures. 2 very special new stories in the Doctor Early Adventures range will be released later this year as part of Big Finish's 20th anniversary celebration of producing Doctor Who on audio. So, here you go. Look at my cool stuff. Plus, I'm liking what I'm seeing for the 3rd Doctor Adventures. That's right. Tim Treloar, of course, will be the 3rd Doctor again, along with Katie Manning back as Jo Grant. Also, they're adding in John Culshaw playing Brigadier Lethbridge-Stewart and Daisy Ashford to join the cast as Liz Shaw, which, by the way, she is the daughter of Caroline John, who originally played the role. So, here you go. Here's a sample of it if you want to listen. I've listened to it. Culshaw is pretty dead on. He's pretty got it. And he's pretty much got it. And like I said, Tim Treloar, like I said, he's not exactly on it, but he's convincing enough that when you listen to these, you could swear in your mind, you're watching a Pertwee episode. That's what I love about the 3rd Doctor Adventures. So here you go. All the info you need on that. So once again, please, remember, I don't have a Patreon account. I'm thinking about setting one up, but I'm like, what can I really offer you on a Patreon account? Everything you get on here is pretty much straightforward from the hip and free. Like, for me to do a scripted thing other than doing the audio plays, which I'm hoping you're all going to support, please, even if you just watch the news videos, go over there and give those audio segments a like. All right? Show some support for those guys who are doing this for free. Even if you're not a big fan of audio plays, they'll appreciate it, all right? because we've got trolls who like going onto those especially and smacking the down thumb on them without even looking at them. Well, folks, until next time, please take care of yourselves. Have a good one. See you on the flip side, and as the news breaks, I'll put it together. Good night.